President Trump was speaking. In the background, you could hear the explosions from tear gas canisters and flash grenades as police tussled with protesters just outside of the White House. This was a president who was not giving a message of calm or a message of unity after several days of silence. It was instead a president taking the fight to the protesters, making it very clear that he was going to use the full force of the police and the military to crack down on these violent protests. Again, he called himself the law and order president. And he said that the violent protests that we've seen for several nights running were not peaceful protests. He said, indeed, they were acts of domestic terror and therefore an offence to humanity. He said that as a result, he would immediately be carrying out a presidential action, mobilising all civilian and military resources to end, he said, the rioting and the looting. He also said that he would be recommending to all of the state governors right across the country that they deploy National Guard troops onto the streets. And he said if they didn't do that, he instead would deploy the military and they would quickly solve the problem for the governors. He also said he was carrying out extraordinary measures to protect DC. What was seen on Sunday night, he said, was a total disgrace, and therefore he was dispatching thousands and thousands of heavily armed military personnel. Over the last few hours, we've already seen hundreds of National Guard troops coming onto the streets of the city. And he also warned the violent protesters that they would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and he said that they would face severe criminal penalties and also lengthy jail sentences. The president doing nothing after really saying nothing for the last few days to calm the situation. Instead, his critics will be looking at this and saying he is once again stoking the tensions and the anger and the outrage that have bubbled up right across America.